Hello, this is Mexican Man John, and this is the review and test video of the Sigma 70 to 300mm lens. Something to note about this is not the APO version, which I believe is just a quieter motor, but I'll get to that later. As you can see from the title, the lens is a 70 to 300mm and it has an f-stop of 4 to 5.6. This is a DG macro telephoto zoom lens, and this is the Canon version. And they also have a version for Sony, Nikon, Pentax / Samsung. Here we have some test shots, and most of the test shots are just at the maximum 300mm, just to show you pretty much the maximum zoom. This has a really good depth of field even though the f-stop is only 4 to 5.6. But especially with the macro, the depth of field is incredible. On Amazon, where I got this lens, it says it's good for portraits, sports shots, and nature photography, but I'm not sure if this would work all that great with sports because you probably get a lot of blur from the fast movement, but definitely nature and portraits. I've never really tried it with sports, so the zoom is incredible on this, and one of my favorite features about it is the macro. You get lenses just like this, like the Canon 70 to 200mm, for about the same price as this, but this lens doesn't only have an extra 100mm, but it also has the macro. The autofocus on this lens is kind of loud, but I don't know if it's worth getting the APO version for an extra $70 just for a quieter motor. I don't really use autofocus that much, so it's not that big of a deal to me, but if you really care about it, you have the option. Other than that, the APO version is exactly the same. I did some audio recording of this lens. The first one here is on my Canon's live view mode. And here we have a sample of my Canon's quick autofocus mode. Alright, so overall my thoughts on this lens is it's a pretty good lens. I bought it for about $170, which isn't really all that bad compared to the other lenses, especially if you get like a Canon one. They are like way more. So Sigma, it's really nice. I'm really happy that I got this, and it came with the hood, which I didn't even know it came with it, but it did. And really, I think it's great, especially if you want to have super telephoto zooms. And the macro, to me, is just extra, but it's definitely one of my favorite parts of the lens. The autofocus, some of you might not like it, but I really don't care, because I never use it, but I thought I would include that, just in case you cared. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want. Links in the description. New video next Wednesday, and I hope you enjoyed it. Really thought I'd show you this lens. It's really nice. If you're thinking about getting a telephoto lens, I recommend this one. And that's pretty much it. So I'll see you next time, and subscribe.